Anthony Rose.
What up, Doe?
I'm still David Jacoby.
And on the cool check-in.
Together we are Jalen and Jacoby. What is it that we do?
We give the people what they want.
Jalen Rose, I would like to open the show after the Super Bowl with one simple question. One simple question I have not heard been asked to any analyst on any network thus far. Very simple question, and it is, where my homies?
Where they at? Where they at?
Where my homies?
Creeping through the hood.
Of course, we are here to celebrate Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Kelsey, and the rest of the Chiefs and their Super Bowl victory late last night. It was a slow start for the Chiefs, but man, did they turn it around with big plays like that one. Hill just camped out underneath it, waiting for it, and eventually, if you saw the game, you saw the comeback from down 10 in the fourth quarter, and the Chiefs eventually sealed the victory with this long run. Great block by the fullback. By Williams. Jalen Rose, what did the Chiefs show you last night in the Super Bowl?
What did KC show me? You really want to know what they showed me? You want to know what that guy right there holding the Lombardi trophy showed me?
Yes.
It is over for your people at the quarterback position. It is ours
That's
now.
how you're going to start the show.
It is all
That's
ours.
how you're going to start the show.
It is all ours. Y'all can have golf. Y'all can have hockey. Y'all can have NASCAR. Y'all can have the kickers. Y'all can have them. As long as Kyler Murray going #1 overall and Lamar Jackson is winning regular season MVP and Patrick Mahomes is winning Super Bowl MVP, it is ours now. It is ours.
Jalen, you obviously did not watch the national title game and the great season that Joe Burrow had, who I believe will be the #1 pick this year and will give us hope moving forward at the quarterback position. But seriously, everybody saw the game. Even my wife and my kids were watching the game. And if I were telling them, look, Patrick Mahomes, this guy's the most dynamic quarterback in the league. Through the first 3 quarters, he really didn't look like it. And for him to turn around and do what he did, what did that show you about Mahomes as an athlete?
So the amazing thing about watching the Kansas City Chiefs play football, and I said this about the Ravens during the season, the Ravens were the only team that seemed to play all 4 downs. The Kansas City Chiefs are the team that gets touchdowns when everybody else is kicking field goals. And eventually, they're going to bite you. The first team that we've seen come from 10-point deficit in 3 consecutive playoff games to capture a Super Bowl. And then all of a sudden, they're down and scored 21 unanswered points the last 6 minutes or so of the game to win. And Patrick Mahomes showed me that he was fearless because the San Francisco defense was not playing horrible. But all of a sudden, a moment of truth happened. It's 3rd and 15. What are you going to do? And a 44-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill? How about the play where Sammy Watkins got the best of Richard Sherman? Those are the kind of plays that make Patrick Mahomes extra special. And so for the Kansas City Chiefs, if you're a fan of their squad, shout to Damian Williams. I talked about their run game and how it had to be better all year. For him to play the way he did, rush for over 100, catch a reception touchdown. Also, the weapons that are still going to be intact. We don't know what's going to happen with Sammy Watkins, but Mahomes and Hill will be back. Williams will be back. So will Kelsey. So will Hartman. What about on the other side? Tyrann Matthews, Frank Clark, they'll be back. Andy Reid will be back. So the Kansas City Chiefs have a chance to create a dynastic situation if they can stay healthy.
They really do. And I'm glad you brought up Damian Williams because he was someone that wasn't exactly a household name at the start of the season, but really performed on the biggest stage on Sunday night in the Super Bowl. But I also want to point out another runner for the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Sure, he only had 29 yards, but he was getting first down after first down. His escapability, these options that they ran, was something that the 49ers were just not ready for. Jalen, is his movement in the pocket and his movement, the way he moves with the ball, is that his greatest strength?
Actually, it isn't his greatest strength. I'm going to tell you his strengths in no particular order, but that's not the first one. First is his intellect. I appreciate just watching him dissect the field. It's almost like if you're in a doctor's office and you get a chance to watch them perform surgery. That's first. Second, his arm talent. Whether it's in the pocket or outside of the pocket, throwing at multiple angles, throwing it off the run. The play to Tyreek Hill, the bomb, was off of his back foot, Jacoby. That was like, that was just impressive. The next thing, Andy Reid. He's a genius at dialing up those plays. I know we fall in love with the new hot boy, whether it's Sean McVay or Shanahan, but Andy Reid's a seasoned vet. Lowry's. He's been doing this. And then the weapons that I just mentioned around him, okay? And then lastly, and this is why they're so great, his ability to escape and take a hit, because he did take a big one in the first half. And he stood over the defender, not the other way around. And then the next play or so ran it in for a touchdown on the option. That level of fearlessness, people feel that on the sideline, and they rally behind a quarterback like that.
So I'm glad you brought up Shanahan, because Shanahan he's coached himself a great year. I mean, I always say second place is a success. It is a success. And Shanahan, one thing he did is he dialed up these really interesting running plays. And their running game was such a big part of what they did. Yet, in the Super Bowl, with the lead in the fourth quarter, if you follow Shanahan, you know you've heard this before. Why do you think he got away from the run, and how much of the loss is to blame for his play calling?
You know who my guy is on the 49ers besides Tevin Coleman in the backfield.
The man you call Mozart.
You see my guy Mozart? You see my guy? He scored a touchdown, okay? Also, their fullback caught a touchdown. Deebo Samuels is great on those sweeps, was getting yards. You know they average 6 per carry? This is a team that constantly ran the football all year, was in the Super Bowl getting 6 per carry. Let me see, who's calling the plays? Oh, Kyle Shanahan. Was he calling the plays when the Patriots came back from the deficit in the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So I'm thinking when you get the ball back in a crucial possession, you can't give it back to the Chiefs in 40 seconds. You can't do 3 pass plays and get them the ball back. Even if you're going to go 3 and out, you got to burn some of that clock. You showed me in the first half when you didn't call timeout in the second quarter that you ain't believe in Jimmy G. You showed us. And it's okay, because Lynch was like, call timeout. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I am not putting the Legion of Zoom back out on the field. And the pass interference that was called on Kittle, we argued about that on this show. Because I think it was the Vikings playing against the Saints when I think it was Kyle Rudolph got away with a pass interference to catch a game-winning touchdown. And I said it was pass interference. In the Super Bowl, they calling that. More eyeballs. J-Lo watching. Shakira watching. They calling that. Now, your kids are watching. This is the biggest stage. And so that's why it frustrated me that they let it go. So for Shanahan, I believe it's always up to the players, if you put them in position to execute, to do so. And if I had to do a blame, I would say Jimmy Garoppolo gets the lion's share. You got to hit Emmanuel Sanders deep. You got to hit Emmanuel Sanders deep. You have to make that throw. That ain't on Shanahan. Getting balls batted down at the line of scrimmage, that ain't on Shanahan. Throwing 2 interceptions, especially the one in the first quarter, that was just a bad throw. That ain't on Shanahan. Missing Kittle doing the wrong read in the fourth quarter, that ain't on Shanahan. He's standing there next to his boss on the sideline like, watch this. Watch Sanders go deep. We got this. And boom, he overthrow him. So I know that it's easy to draw the parallels between how he called the games. And, yes, they should have milked more of the clock. But ultimately, Mahomes still was going to get out there and do special things.
Jalen, it is now time for Soft Move or Boss Move.